Hi, Aries. Welcome to September 2017. It's been a really interesting summer so far. I'm trying to get my glasses to not, let's see if I can glare on there. So we had the solar eclipse and a lot of stuff is happening because of that. I think everybody can feel it. I'm actually going to get right into shuffling the cards and kind of talking about the energy that I got because there was a lot of it. So when I start blessing the cards, I always light sage and I light some incense that is specifically for spiritual blessings. And as I was lighting the sage, I literally, and this never happens to me, I literally had to have that flame under the sage forever. It would not light. It would not light. And all I could think was, man, this fire is taking forever to light. And I thought, that is exactly like Aries has been waiting and waiting and waiting for their fire to light, for their fire to come back. And Aries is, the Greek god Aries, and actually that's how you say it is Aries. It's not Aries, but in Western cultures, that's how we're saying it. So the Greek god Aries was, his sister was Athena, and they were both god and goddess of war. She was very discerning, and she went through the steps and took her time to strategize for war. And he was just bloodthirsty. And he just went for the battle and wanted to get everybody out of the way. Clear as plate, right? The ones who he felt he needed to fight. And I feel like that Aries have been sitting, which is very unlike an Aries. Because the Aries that I know, they're very energetic and they can be very chaotic, but they have a list to do, and a lot of times they don't even use a list. I say list because I'm a Virgo and I list everything. Otherwise it doesn't get done. But with Aries, the list is in their head and they're running and going and doing, and it's like a constant battle for finishing stuff. So I'm lighting the sage and I'm like, so this sage is representative of an Aries soul almost. They've had to sit there with this fire underneath them, just waiting for it to come out, waiting for it to light. And then I set it down. I set the sage down for just a few minutes. And it's funny, I'm putting these cards in a formation I've never done before. I put it down for a few minutes and the embers just went out. Just for maybe it was I don't know, 1.5 minutes. It wasn't even very long. And the embers just went out. And I'm like, that is just, doesn't make any sense. So then I'm trying to light the lighter to relight the sage and it's not lighting. And I'm like, what is going on here? Because obviously, this is the way that the Aries have felt. They're like, I can't get my fire lit. I can't get my fire lit. I can't get my fire lit. My embers keep going out. And then when I try to light the fire again, it goes out. It doesn't work. So, and then that Jenga game came to mind. I don't know why, it just popped in my head. Well, I do know why. I'm sure spirit popped it in my head. But, you build the tower of Jenga and you put all the pieces together and then you start taking them out. And, whoever the last person is that takes it out and the tower falls, they lose. And I feel like instead of when the last person who takes the pieces of the tower out, they lose, it goes up in flames. So because Aries has held this down for so long, and then finally all of these pieces that they've put together start coming out, the tower falls and then goes up in flames. And my neck started hurting, shoulders, like I'm having physical pains from this reality that's going on. So what came out first was the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is a stable, very stable man or woman. Doesn't have to be, it's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be one of those signs, just a person that takes on those qualities. I don't feel like this is you because I don't feel like you feel stable right now. I don't feel like you have, you know, you're not discerning. You're not, which is, you know, Aries don't really like discern. They just do. Which is not a bad thing because, you know, we need people that just do in this world, because if everybody sat like a Virgo and analyzed every single situation, nothing would get done. So, you know, maybe this is a person in your life that you're thinking. I know that a lot of people are going through relationship stuff. There was another feeling I got also with this is, like I had my hair down and then I put it up and then my head started hurting and then I put it down again and I got really, really hot because I had a lot of hair. And then I put it, I was so confused. Like, I'm like, couldn't figure out what to do with my hair of all things, like smallest detail. Like I just couldn't figure it out. So, you know, I think that money is on your mind a lot. And the reason why I say that is because there's also the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So we have, you know, maybe in your life, you're feeling like there's a person that you rely on for all of this material stuff or to take care of everything, and you don't feel like that's happening. And, you know, then we have Judgment in reverse. And Judgment is like a call to action. Judgment is like the heavens coming down and saying, this is what's going to happen. And so it's like, it's almost like you don't feel like you're getting what's due to you. And that's a very strange energy to have for an Aries, because Aries do for themselves. Aries are the ones that, they're the head of the PTA. They're the head coach on a football team. They are never on the sidelines. They're never the assistant. They're the ones that are the leaders, and they go out there and not necessarily, I heard proclaim war, but it's not necessarily proclaiming war. It's making a point. It's the way that they present themselves is the right way, and it's the right way in Aries' mind. Other people may not think of it that way. A lot of times, you know, you guys are right. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say 100% because nothing is 100%, you know. I mean, Virgos think they're right all the time too, and I know that we're not. But so like you feel like somebody is supposed to be taking care of things, and you don't feel like that's happening. And you don't feel like you're getting what's yours. You don't feel like you don't, it's, you don't get to proclaim. You don't feel like you have the option to proclaim. All of these people are down here with their hands up to this person who is calling judgment onto the earth, this angel that comes down and calls judgment onto the earth. And it's like you're one of these people down here begging and begging and begging to the universe. Give me what's due. Give me what's due. When is it my time? Give me what's due. And you don't feel like that's happening. You could also, feel like that you're not producing this for yourself, and that's making you feel very judgmental on yourself, like you are judging yourself harshly about that. And then, we have all pentacles and then judgment. So, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles that is right in between the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like you want to have this offering. You want to have like a job offer. You want to have somebody, you are manifesting something, and it's almost like you don't realize you're doing it. But as you've been sitting within yourself, which, everybody's really been sitting with themselves, but for an Aries to sit within themselves and actually look at what's inside and have emotions that like when I say cups, I mean like cups, tarot card cups, like emotions, like sad emotions, happy emotions. You could be totally depressed about everything that's going on. But at the same time, as you're doing that, you don't realize you're manifesting something. You're manifesting something to come to you. You're like, this is the job. I'm going to do this job. I'm going to do this activity. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this relationship. I'm going to do, and you don't realize you're doing it. And the reason why you don't realize you're doing it is because you're relying on other people to take care of you, or other people. You have laid down your bloodlusty sword, and you're letting other people in to handle all of the material stuff. I don't know if you've like given money to a banker and said, yeah, go ahead, invest whatever, because that is actually a very like Aries thing to do. Like, no, just do it. I don't want to know about it. Just do it. Like, spontaneous like that. So, maybe that's what you've done, and you don't want to do that anymore because you have actually been manifesting things, manifesting what you want in life. And this solar eclipse hit, the energy of it will go on for a while. A lot of people are saying like 4 years. A lot of people are saying 6 months. But mostly what I'm hearing is that we need to take advantage of this fiery eclipse that we had in Leo, and, take advantage of that and rein it in. Mars, your ruling planet, met up with Mercury while it was in retrograde. I keep just holding up this card like, look at this manifestation. Mercury and Mars met on the 3rd. Mercury was in retrograde. So it was almost like this very fiery planet hit this planet of communication, and the fire was like, right? So I guess I'll just wait. And you only had to wait for a couple of days, but it felt like forever, And so now that Mercury is going to direct, it's in Leo until the 9th, which it goes to Virgo, but now Mercury and Mars are both in a fire sign together. So it's communication time. Mercury is the planet of communication. It is time to, and Mercury went to direct today. It is time to voice the manifestations you've been wanting. It is time to make it known in the 3D world and not just let the universe know. It's time for action. Later on this month, there will be, Mars and Venus will be meeting on the 19th or 20th in Virgo. And it's going to be there might be some combative issues there because Mars and Venus were lovers, but they were unrequited lovers. And so they've always had this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And, you know, so there might be some combative things coming towards the end of September. And I think that by then, it could be combative in work. You know, this could be your boss, and you feel like that he's holding on to this promotion that could make you more abundant than you are. It could be in, you know, this feels more materialistic, but sometimes people look at like families and situations and relationships. I know Virgos a lot, you know, because, you know, we are a very grounded earth sign. Our abundance means everything. Like pentacles are abundance of relationships and family, because we like tangible you know, we like to hold on to our abundance. You know, water flows, air blows, you know, fire can get burnt out. Those things aren't tangible holding things. So this could be your family, you know. You could feel like you don't have abundance in your family, but you've been manifesting stuff, and I see that you can do it. You're an Aries. You can do anything. Aries, seriously, Aries are very intelligent. They have they're leaders. They can do anything. I just got the Pied Piper came to me. Like, you guys can, you know, people will follow you with what you do. And then, you know, we have the Seven of Pentacles also in reverse. So it's like you feel like you've been working so hard for this manifestation and nothing is coming of it. No fruits are coming of it. You want and want and want this, but it's because you're letting somebody else have control over, you know. So, all right, let's see. So, when it comes to an Aries judging themselves, I feel like they're really like, okay, so Capricorns are really hard on themselves. Tauruses are really hard on themselves. Virgos are the hardest on themselves because Virgos are perfection. If we're not perfect, nothing is good, right? We beat ourselves up for everything. But Aries will beat themselves up in a different way. They will beat themselves up by doing more, by overloading themselves. And sometimes that's with emotions, by having more emotions and overloading yourself, or that's with having more fights with people and overload and projecting your feelings onto somebody else. So when it comes to this judgment of not being able to put all of this fruition that you feel like you rightly deserve, and I'm sure you guys work very hard. When you're judging yourself like that, then, you know, the lunar eclipse in Leo also made all of us look within, you know, look within our shadow selves, look inside and find out what we're missing. So when you're doing this judgment on yourself and you're not feeling like you're getting the judgment that you just, you know, I'm being called to action, but what the fuck? Where is my action? Like, what is this? That's exactly what I feel like you're saying. Like, what the fuck? Where is everything that I want? You have to remember that you do it. Nobody else does it for you. And that's the way that's your general nature inside. And you can't fight that. So if you're letting somebody else do it for you, it is definitely, of course, you are judging yourself, of course. But if you're also projecting on that person, that's not fair either. You're not being fair to yourself and you're not being fair to other people. So if there's a really shitty person at work, you're projecting all of your anger on because, you know, it looks like their lives are so great and they have all this abundance and you're like, stop talking so great about your life, you suck. That's not their fault. It's not their fault that their life is great and you feel like your life sucks. Maybe their life actually does suck and they're just showing an outside facade. But that it reflects on everybody you're around. You know, that kind of energy will make your family sad. That kind of energy, when you walk through the door and you're like, my life sucks, I hate my job, I hate the people I work with, you know, there's this one asshole, blah, 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 blah. And everybody does it. Everybody does it. But I feel like Aries have been doing it for a long time. I feel like it's because they don't have control over the situation. And Aries have to have control over the situation. And they don't. They don't know how to change it, even though, and it's because you haven't been trying. But I think that you will. I think that you are going to say, I'm done judging myself. I'm going to pack all of my shit up in this little boat I have with my 6 of Wands, and I'm rowing the fuck out of here with me and my emotions and my stuff. Whether it's, you know, and you may not be leaving, you know, you may, you know, I don't want to say like, okay, go leave your job now. Okay, leave your family because you're not happy. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying leave all of that, having somebody else take care of your situation behind, you know, and the Swords energy is an energy of, it's not as fast as fire. It's not as slow as Pentacles. But it's not, it's swift, like wind blows. It's almost like you can't see, like nobody else is going to see you doing this. Like you are going to be fed up and you're going to make a decision and you're going to start doing it. And like the wind, nobody's going to see you do it. I want to get a general overall energy real quick, because I feel like that goes on the judgment, because you need to walk away, you need to row away from that judgment of yourself inside, because it's affecting everything in your life. It's not just affecting you. And if you're trying to manifest things to happen in your life, that kind of negative, I don't have anything for myself, I can't manifest in everything, it's not gonna, that won't make the universe work any faster. So I think that it's time, and I know I'm hearing that you've been working on it. You've been working on building up the courage to put everything into a boat to row away. I just noticed that my nail polish was chipped, and me being a Virgo, that was very, sorry. You're probably like, I can't believe that. She's so worried about something like that. I love the Aries fire. I really do. And, you know, I've had some battles with Aries before, but I have some super best friends that are Aries as well. And that's why I can say you guys are awesome leaders. Like, you know, I mean, it's like how it is with a Leo as well. They have that fire inside of them, and it can explode, and you can tell when a Leo walks into a room. Aries do it like under the radar, kind of like how Aries, the Greek god, did it, where he would do it under the radar in a war, and then all of a sudden explodes into a bloody mess. But I'm not saying you guys go into a room and like murder everyone like serial killers. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's like you guys will have that same effect, but you'll do it under the radar. You'll have that leader effect, but you'll be not modest. I wouldn't say modest, but it's like you're a leader in your own right without trying to be, if that makes sense. It's just a natural form of who you are. Okay, what is the general energy real quick? But how are we going to do this? How are we going to manifest from the world what we want when we feel so upside down. We feel like somebody else is taking care of all of our possessions, feelings, emotions, family, work. If this is a relationship, you feel like that you don't have any control over it, you know? I don't see a lot of anger right now. I see that you just don't feel like you have what's rightly yours. And you don't feel like anything's happening. So how do we work with that? How do we work with that kind of energy and turn it around? We pack up our stuff and we start going in a different direction. When Aries don't hide. They don't hide. And I feel like you guys have kind of been hiding behind something. Something is holding you. You are hiding behind another energy. Because you don't feel like you have your own. And I think you're tired of doing that. I think that is very draining. When you take the fire out of an Aries, you know, you could also, you know, the judgment, you could be judging somebody else. And they could be packing stuff up. They could be thinking about where they're going. You know, if you're somebody's boss and you've been very judgmental because you've been in this, you know, I'm very confused kind of state. Man, you guys, these cards. I'm just going to keep going until it comes out. Maybe they're maybe they're done dealing with that. Maybe they're done dealing with that woe is me attitude. Maybe you have been very combative about this. I don't see that yet, though. I don't see that you've, you know, maybe you've been a little snide. I mean, if you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling yourself, yeah, you can be kind of crappy sometimes, you know? I'm just saying, I'm not judging because Virgos are really crappy too. Like if somebody screws with us, we have biting words and sometimes we feel bad about it. And sometimes we're like, that person totally deserved it. So we have the Star in reverse. So yeah, this is your general energy. You know, these are all, and I'm putting this right above the Ace of Pentacles because all of these manifestations, you know, the Star is balance, you know, this is also this is Aquarius. This is an Aquarius card. I believe, you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I have many Aries that have, and I'm okay with that. I can handle it. But there's balance, you know. I see a lot of earth in here also. So if you are, you know, dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or they resemble that very stable, very grounded, very material, tangible kind of attitude. But, you know, I feel like that, you know, you don't feel like you're getting your manifestations. I feel like you aren't balanced. I feel like you have been putting the water in places where it doesn't go. I don't know what those places would be because where else would you put water? I don't know. Yeah, that was weird, but it was all I could think of. So yeah, I think that you don't feel like your manifestations are brewing along, but I think you're coming up with a plan. I want to see who the King of Pentacles is. So there you are. You finally showed up. The was that Eight of Wands? The Eight of Wands. I always have to look because I have 3 different card sets, and they always mess with my head when I use different ones. And I just was kind of called to use this one today. So The Eight of Wands. You could be moving. It's very fast action. There could be messages coming in. And this is on the King of Pentacles. You could be getting information. You could be getting a job promotion that will bring you abundance. You could be getting information on a job. And you could be physically moving quickly. You could be leaving a situation, job, relationship. I mean, a lot of people are getting the Eight of Wands. It's like a lot of people are getting the Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. A lot of people, I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep on calling out the cards wrong. Like, I'm really confused with this Aries energy. Like, it is literally, my brain will not work, and it should be because Mercury is retrograde today, right? So Mercury is the Virgo planet, by the way, if you did not know. So, I feel like you are moving quickly away from a situation. I really honestly feel it. And I feel like there's going to be something that comes in that makes you do this, because you have been sitting, and I feel like you've been planning on doing something like that because of this judgment that you're feeling, either within yourself or with somebody else. And I think that it's going to come in really quickly, and it has something to do with this stable, grounded energy that you feel like is taking way too much of your space, time, energy. I just thought sucking the life out of you. So this is such a very and this is how I felt, I felt like I can't get anything lit. I can't get the fire going. I can't, it was, it's just very subdued. And that's just, Aries are so busy and they're so full of life. It's like, this is a very strange, and it's not angry. It's kind of sad, but it was weird because I don't see emotions here. There's not any cups flowing. I feel like maybe you're a little stuck. You're stuck within your mind. You're stuck in your inner self. It's like you feel like everybody's been working on themselves and you haven't been. You've just been miserable. But the fact is you have been working on yourself. You've been manifesting things. You have been, working with the universe on stuff, but you don't realize it. You have been working on moving along, getting yourself up and going and doing. So what's the next thing? I want to know what this Ten of Pentacles reversed is, because I want to know what the next thing is. I want to know how Aries is going to manifest their star wishes. They're wishing upon a star. Like, how is that going to come about? What are you guys going to do? You're the Rams, They're LA Rams now. They're not the St. Louis Rams. That's football talk. If nobody knows about football talk, I apologize. I can kind of be a tomboy a lot. So I talk about, and I'm raising 3 boys. I'm a tomboy. I can't help it. So football talk. How about them Rams? My heart started racing. I feel like you guys are kind of anxious. Oh, sorry, I'm stuck. Like the Aries are stuck. I'm stuck. I'm going to shuffle, and then I'm going to start pulling from the bottom of the deck, because I feel like we need to just have the universe tell you, wow, when I cut the cards, Ace of Wands, this is your energy. This is moving forward. This is the universe offering you something wonderful and great and fiery and achievement and happiness. This is you. The universe is offering you back. They're saying, get your shit together. Don't let somebody else take your shit. You've showed up twice now. Get moving. Get off your ass. Get moving. Light the fire. Keep it burning. Don't let the embers go out because they're offering it to you. All of this is what you were asking for. This is what you should have been asking for, because this is great. This is great. This is the fire of Aries. It could be a job offer. It could be a relationship offer. Aries are very passionate people. Depends on how they're being passionate. Are they being passionate by fighting? Because when they have a cause, they will fight until somebody just agrees with their cause, whether, because they're just right? So are you using that passion to fight, or are you using that passion to manifest? So yeah, you're going to be offered in your own special way. You're going to be offered. Again, I cut the cards. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is when the magician manifests everything. The High Priestess is the one that has the intuition and the guidance and the hope and renewal to make it happen. You need to become the High Priestess. You need to use your intuition. You need to use your intuition to figure out how to go from manifesting just material stuff. Use your intuition on, look for the information that's coming from this earth sign. I'm not surprised there aren't a lot of cups here, because even when Aries get emotional, it's like, I'm not going to use that water energy bullshit. I'm just going to be pissed. And even if you're crying, it's a really pissed off crying. It starts off real small within inside of you, and then it explodes. And if anybody is around, they will hear it. If people who aren't around, like, dear God, Mars will hear it, because that's how you don't do anything small. And when you're being small like this, when you're letting somebody else take care of you and be small, you won't use your intuition to get it. So look around and find out, look for that offer. What's being offered to you? Is it a new life? Do you get the chance right now to change your life? And you're not looking at it because you're in this woe is me, I have to be taken care of by somebody else. I don't have everything that anybody else has, because you're not using your intuition. When I was shuffling too before, there's so many things that happened before this reading. When I was shuffling, it was so hard to get the cards. Like I felt like I had two 10-pound weights on me, trying to shuffle. It was a workout, and I don't like to work out. So thank you for that workout. You forced me to do it. I really appreciate it. Some days I need to. I had to change my tire this morning. That was fun. I haven't done it in a long time, but I've done it several times, so I wasn't too worried about it. And it didn't really ruin my day. It was just kind of a bummer. Whatever. It is what it is. Maybe I just avoided a wreck on the highway because I had to change my tire. Ah, they got easier. Okay, let's pull from the bottom. We have the Six of Wands. God, I keep doing that. You guys are killing me. The Six of Wands in reverse. So you don't feel like that you're going to get any recognition for your achievements. And it, like I said, you know, I mean, if you keep feeling like this, if you keep guarding yourself, here's a cup. The Knight of Cups is somebody slowly offering affection. Somebody slowly, almost timidly offering affection or love, or it's like you're afraid to show your feelings. It's like you're afraid to offer to people, yes, I do have feelings. You're afraid to speak up and say, by the way, I do have a heart. And maybe you've done that to yourself. Maybe that's what you're projecting onto somebody else, because instead of you saying, listen, I have feelings, you're just being mean because you've been in this state of guarding yourself with the Two of Swords. You're guarding yourself. You would rather cut somebody down with one of those swords than say, I too have emotions. And you would rather let them know how you feel unappreciated, and you feel that all you do is, you know, give and sit around, and you're not getting anything, you're not getting your due, and you're just ready to get up and go, and you don't feel like you're getting any recognition or any praise for all that you do, but you're also not saying, listen, I have feelings. And I don't feel like you're recognizing those feelings. I don't feel like you're giving, you know, use the word feel. Feel is a good word to use. Because it's more of a projection. You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. You know, I was told by, in one of my psychology classes, when somebody points their finger and says, you are actually projecting all of your fears onto that person, all of your issues, all of your problems. So if you're doing that to the other person, it's going to automatically make them like back up and be like defensive. So I think you are very timid about, because the Knight, that's very slow energy, Knight of Cups. And there's like a Three of Pentacles. This card feels really heavy. Like I thought it was two cards. It's almost like a hierarchy situation going on. You know, either you're belittling somebody else because they're not doing enough, or you're being belittled because you're not doing enough. But I feel like you might be doing the belittling if you have somebody having control over all of your stuff. You're judging them. You're belittling them. You're making them feel like you're not enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. Because there's a hierarchy system, you know? And as long as there's a hierarchy going on, and I'm not saying this to judge, I'm saying this because it's very un-Aries-like to be so sad, you know, to be so unsure of who they are, who they truly are. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that you're saying that you're better than anybody else. You can be better than everybody else. I will admit that. But what I'm saying is if you are projecting all of these fears and emotions on somebody else because you've allowed them to have control over the situation when you know you should, your happiness is coming. Apparently you had a broken heart. The Nine of Cups is almost having the happiness. This guy is sitting here and he's like, you know, look at all my cups behind me. I'm almost there. And this is emotion. Maybe you're filling yourself up with emotions because something broke your heart and you're healing from that. You know, where is it? The High Priestess heals too when she guides and she uses her intuition. So you need to pull in the energy of that High Priestess. And the Wheel of Fortune. There is change. The wheel will start spinning. I think every single sign has the Wheel of Fortune because everybody's fucking lives are changing, whether they like it or not. The most stubborn, fixed earth sign, Taurus, they're going to have to change too, whether they like it or not. And I think that you are done resting. With the Six of Swords, Four of Swords, you guys are killing me. Maybe I'm just dyslexic today. I don't know. This guy's taking a break. You know, he's got all of his swords up on the wall. He's not fighting anymore. He's taking a rest. And you guys have been in this state for a really, really long time. And so in reverse, you're ready. You are ready for whatever this Price is Right wheel comes up with. I always say the Price is Right when I get the Wheel of Fortune. I can't help it. So yeah, I really look forward to any comments you have, any, you know, I mean, this really looks a lot like finances and work. But you have really great things coming. You really do. You just have to take back control. You have to take back control and you have to stop biting people down, you know, tell them that you have feelings and you'll start to heal. You will start to get your happiness, you know, your cups will start to get full again. Because Aries are supposed to have emotions. They can't just be strong, the strong ram all the time. You know, embody that High Priestess and listen to your intuition, listen to your own guidance. Don't let somebody else take that from you. And don't take it from other people too. You know, I mean, if somebody is providing for you and you feel like they're not doing enough, but they're still providing, you know, in a relationship, in a marriage or something like that, don't take that power from them because everybody does the best they can with what they have. You know, you know, and vice versa. If you're the one that is the King of Pentacles and you are providing for everyone, and you still don't feel like you have your stuff, you know, don't let that person take that power from you. Because that's not who you are. So I'm actually going to start weekly readings mid-September. I have like 5 more signs I need to finish. And since I just started the YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. If this resonated with you, comment below. If it didn't, comment below. Maybe it will next time. This was a really strong reading because I feel like a lot of Aries, and it's not all of you, you know, there's so many of you out there. A lot of you are really like coming out of this woe is me state and you're like, I'm fucking done. I'm coming back to my quick wands. I do personal readings. You can email me. I will send you a PayPal link after you email me. It'll be within 24 hours that I respond. And I only do video recordings right now because with raising 3 boys, it's a very busy life. Hopefully I will get to like Skype readings and stuff. They're $45, no time limit. I just let spirit lead me. And when you send me the email for the reading, if you include your birthday, the time you were born, and the location, I will send you a free astrological birth chart and report to tell you what the thumbprint of the universe gave you when you were born. It's really cool. When I first read mine, I was like, oh my God, that really is me. That's kind of amazing. So, yeah, please comment, subscribe, like the video, and let me know what you think. And I will see you mid-September.